This is Sportscentre.
Hey, I'm Marissa Burnham. We are so close to being back as we're on the eve of NHL action officially returning. And there's so much to dive into before we hit the next stretch of the season, because we're actually just 10 days away from the NHL trade deadline. And with the trade freeze officially over, could we see some fireworks before the March 6th deadline? Well, who better to ask than our guy Craig Button? Great to see you, Craig.
Great to see you, Marissa. I'm all dressed up. Trade deadline's coming. Got to look your best on that big, long day.
Oh man, I missed you, Uncle Button. Okay, Craig, we have two Canadian teams in playoff spots, Montreal and Edmonton. We imagine Edmonton should be buyers, but when looking at Montreal and how they built this team through an impressive youth movement, how active should they be at this deadline?
The Montreal Canadiens are a really good team, and they've shown that. They're going to get some injured players back. Kirby Dach has returned to the lineup. Alex Newhook's going to return to the lineup. This bolsters their lineup. They added Phil Deneau, who is a really good addition with that experience that he brings in that third-line center spot. But for the Montreal Canadiens, can you strengthen your team? Yes, they can look at it. But I think if they look at it with respect to what can help them now, but also can help them in the next year or two, I think that's the prudent move for the Montreal Canadiens. Yes, if there's a low-cost move that strengthens your team, you can do that. But they've been really strategic in how they've built their team. They've been really strategic in how they've looked at different options for their group. And this is a team that just continues to get better. Slavkovsky coming back from the Olympics. He's coming back with bolstered confidence. Nick Suzuki was terrific for Team Canada. So this is a really strong team. How do you strengthen it? Not in big ways, but in ways that can probably help you now, but also with an eye to the future next year or two.
Real quick, how aggressive do you think Edmonton should be before March 6th?
Connor McDavid and Leon Draisaitl are two of the very best players on the planet. The bottom line for the Edmonton Oilers is this. They do not have enough depth. They do not have enough strength in their lineup, whether it be on the blue line, whether it be deeper in their forward group. That is the reality for the Edmonton Oilers. Yeah, they made a move in goaltending. The goaltending hasn't been better since they traded for Tristan Jarry and elevated Connor Ingram. So what do you do to help McDavid and Draisaitl? You need a third-line center at the very least. Maybe a right-shot defenseman that can play with Darnell Nurse. Those are two big adds. But when you're looking at where the Edmonton Oilers are at, and specifically what you have in Connor McDavid and Leon Draisaitl, yeah, it's not easy to go and acquire players. And the Edmonton Oilers don't have a lot of room to maneuver. You're going to have to be creative. You're going to have to be bold, because this is about the now. This isn't about, oh, what can we do to be better? What can we do to go deeper in the playoffs? It's about winning the Stanley Cup and putting themselves in a position to do that. That's on management. They have to be aggressive. They have to be bold to find a way to strengthen this team.
Okay, we need to talk about my Leafs, who are 6 points out of a playoff spot, but have a game in hand on both Boston and Buffalo. If you're running the Leafs, are you selling at the deadline?
Oh, your beloved Toronto Maple Leafs, Marissa. Yeah. You know, we saw them be a contender, considered a contender for a number of years, fall short in the playoffs. Well, they're further away from being a contender. I don't see them a contender at all. They're not strong enough. They're not deep enough. They don't have enough ability to contend for a Stanley Cup. So you find yourself in this reality, and the reality is this. You cannot kid yourself. It's about trying to make your team better. The prospect cupboard is not very deep. Their prospect picks are not aplenty. So now you have an opportunity here with a team. If you want to be a contender, now's one of the opportunities to try to look how you can add, how you can bolster the lineup for the future. Because the present isn't promising. It's as simple as that. 6 points out of a playoff spot, oh yeah, everything. I think you got to look at it from the straight point of view of, are we a contender? For me, the answer is no, which makes them a seller.
Yeah, I think at this point in the season, well, realistically, fans understand that that's the case. Craig Button, a pleasure as always.
Well, we'll have lots to watch for the next days, Marissa. Look forward to it.
Time now for my favorite segment and yours, We Love Sports Today.
Why we love sports today.
And this video is absolutely unbelievable. Let me set the stage for you. We're at a soccer game and a bird gets hit mid-game. Now, this does not look good for the bird until it's resuscitated back to life.
Muhammed Smarty'e vurdu. Çok ilginç bir an. Çok ilginç bir an. Talihsiz bir an. Evet, Smarty'e kalp masajı yapılıyor şu anda. Hani o bölümde Muhammed üzüntüde, hani futbol tarihinde belki de ender görülecek bir an. Evet, şu anda Martı dışarı doğru taşınıyor. Ciddi bir problemi yok herhalde. Bakalım. Kenara doğru taşındı.
Okay, sorry, normally birds are just left to, if something like this happens, this is love, this is caring, this is consideration. I didn't even know you could do CPR on a bird. This is incredible. Wow, okay, so as of right now, reports suggest that the bird is alive, but still unable to fly. We're keeping our fingers crossed for you, buddy. Let's switch gears now to something much more lighthearted, even though Why We Love Sports is supposed to be lighthearted, but also wholesome, which that bird video definitely was. But on to this guy, and I gotta say, I agree with the text on the video. Because why is my guy using tires with the rim still on?
There you go. There you go. Get up out of there. Get up out of there.
I'm so confused. Like, where did those tires with the rims come from? Like, do they just... when you take them off... Okay, you know what? I don't know enough about cars. This just seems like a lot of work. Now joined by our guy Wes Chang. Great to see you, Wes.
Hey, great to see you, Marissa.
We know SGA is out tonight, and we know the Raptors have already beaten OKC this year. But we're a little shocked at just how low the spread is for tonight's game. Are we squares for wanting to smash the Thunder?
Look, I get the merit in the thinking. These are defending champs. This is the #1 defense in the entire NBA. My concern, though, their three best playmakers are all out of the lineup. SGA, J-Dub, AJ Mitchell, all not playing at the time of taping. Chet Holmgren, also questionable. If they're not getting points off of turnovers like they did against Cleveland, how are they going to score in this game? Toronto's the second best transition defense in the NBA. They're only behind OKC. It all comes down to the three-point shooting. That's make or miss on any given night. I don't have enough confidence to bet that strongly. If there's anything I like in this game of two strong defenses, I'd rather take the under on the game total with both sides potentially struggling to score.
Okay, Wes, you know it's coming. Give us your best bet for tonight's game.
We joked about this last week. Pirtle is now back out of the lineup, so guess what? Going back to the well, I got Hartenstein to go over his rebounding prop. I talked about this ad nauseum. The track record of opposing big men when Pirtle's not playing, off the charts. Hartenstein's averaged 10.4 rebounds prior to his injury. He came back 8 games ago, still ramping up his minutes. But if Chet is out, if Chet is limited, more opportunities for Hartenstein on the glass in a spot where their defense might really shine in a rock fight.
Love it, Wes. Keep playing the hits. Wes Chang, a pleasure as always.
Hey, thanks for having me.
You can watch the Thunder and Raptors tonight on TSN. Coverage begins at 7 Eastern, 4 Pacific. TSN continues to celebrate Black History Month. And today we're looking at one of the most iconic athletes of all time, whose impact outside of sports was somehow bigger than the massive one he made in sports. Here's Jermaine Franklin on Muhammad Ali.
Don't he rumble? Float like a butterfly and sting like a bee. Ah, rumble, young man, rumble. Hey! I must be the greatest. I told the world. I'll whoop any man in the world, and I want everybody out there on TV to know it. I am the greatest.
I'm so mean, I make medicine sick.
Muhammad Ali was the greatest heavyweight boxer of his era, and for many, the greatest of all time. Born Cassius Marcellus Clay Jr., Ali captured Olympic gold at the 1960 Games in Rome. Just 4 years later, he shocked the world, defeating Sonny Liston to become the heavyweight champion of the world.
He wanted to go to heaven, so I took him in 7. You took him in 7. I am the king of the world. Hold it. I'm pretty. Hold it, you're not that pretty. I'm a bad man. Wait. I shook up the world.
But in 1967, at the height of his career, Muhammad Ali took a stand that cost him a heavy price.
I will say here boldly now on television, no, I will not go 10,000 miles from here to help murder and kill.
Ali refused to be drafted by the U.S. Armed Forces as a conscientious objector during the Vietnam War.
My conscience won't let me go shoot my brother or some darker people or some poor, hungry people in the mud for big, powerful America and shoot them for what? They never called me. They never lynched me. They never put no dogs on me. They never robbed me of my nationality.
He will inevitably go to prison, as well he should. He is not funny. He's a disgrace to his country, his race, and what he laughingly describes as his profession.
Ali was vilified, Arrested, stripped of his title, and banned from boxing at a time when support for the war was widespread. For nearly 4 years, Ali was forced out of the ring, the prime of his career. But his voice only grew louder. He spoke on college campuses across America condemning the war and championing black pride, faith, and racial justice.
I'm not gonna help nobody get something my Negroes don't have. If I'm gonna die, I'll die now, right here fighting you. You my opposer when I want freedom. You my opposer when I want justice. You my opposer when I want equality. You won't even stand up for me in America for my religious beliefs, and you want me to go somewhere and fight, but you won't even stand up for me here at home.
When he finally returned, Ali reclaimed the heavyweight title, not once, but twice more, cementing his legacy inside the ropes. Yet it was outside the ring where his greatness endured. Named Sportsman of the Century by Sports Illustrated, Sports Personality of the Century by the BBC, and Athlete of the Century by USA Today, Ali became more than a champion. He became a symbol of hope.
He personified everything that we associated with greatness, and he spoke not just about himself, but he spoke to a community that firmly believed in everything that he was saying.
The convictions that once made him a pariah in the 1960s are the very principles that define his legacy today.
Once again, incredible work by Jermaine Franklin. Muhammad Ali is the GOAT for a reason, and that piece just exemplifies it. Let this be a reminder to all of you that your voice may be loud in the moment and people might try to shut you down, but history will remember the kind of stance you took and the morals that you have. That's it for me today. We'll see you back tomorrow at 3 Eastern New Pacific. Have a good one.